Okay, welcome guys. So this is Pycoders Academy Python course, and you have been learning this Python course from the introduction with me, Faisal from Pycoders Academy. And in our previous video, we were looking at the built-in int methods, where we said we can just convert from different data types to the int data type, and that's for float. And also we can find the sum of numbers by just using those methods. Okay, so those methods are just good in Python. You can just create a simple project by using those methods. Okay, so today we will work on the built-in method for strings, which are just those we have here. So these are the important ones, and there are more methods in strings than like just what I have here. So you can find more out. Just these are the important ones. So we will learn the important ones here. Okay. So we know strings are just anything in quotes. So when you have something like hello in single quote or double quote, it's a string. You can have yes in double quote, how are you in double quote, and a number in quote is also a string. Okay. So built-in methods are just methods or functions which are already installed in Python. So it comes with Python, so you don't need any installation. So we will look at this method as I said. So the first method we will look at is the string method, which is the str then parenthesis method. Okay, so this str is used to convert from different data types to the string data type. So we can say, let's say we have something like a number 4. So we want to repeat this number. So but this is an int data type, so you have to convert it to a string data type and repeat it. So we just do print to print it out, and we say string, so str method, then number, then then *2. Okay, so like this. So let's run this code. Okay, so we are getting 4 here. So a repeated string, which is a repeated string of 4. So we converted this int data type to a string data type. So when we move this string data type, we should get 8. We should get 8 because it's just multiplying. So we got 8 here. So to repeat that number, you have to first convert it to a string and repeat it by just multiplying it by the number. Okay, so we know how to use the string method. So simple. Okay, so we will move to the lower method. So the lower method is, we have used that method in the string data type in our previous video. Okay, but I will touch it like more here. Like I will bring an example to make it very practical. Okay, so let's say the lower is used to convert an uppercase string to a lowercase string. So let's say we have something like a word as the variable is equal to, let's say, a string good, like this, and you want to convert this to a lowercase good. So just do print, then the variable name dot, then we put lower there. So that's how we use the lower method. So just do run this code, and it's, we get good in all in small letters. Okay, so when you use the dot lower, we are getting small letters string. Okay, so we can use it in a practical way. Like let's say you want to let a user continue doing something or quit by just using this lower. So let's say we have a user variable, like let's say we want to say input input, then we say enter small letter y to continue, or small letter n to quit. So like this. Okay, so we don't know what the user will type, whether he or she will type the capital Y or small letter y, or capital N or small letter n. So to remove this confusion, we just convert it to the lower case to make it uniform. So we can use a lower function, so like this. So user, can say the user, we are updating it, so user dot user, okay, dot lower, like this. Okay, so then we can say if the user, if the user is equal to let's say capital Y, is small letter y, print continue, like this. And else, okay, so else, let's do an elif block. So elif user equals n, small letter n, print, okay, so print quit here, so quit like this. Okay, or else say wrong input. So let's say else print wrong input, so wrong input, like this. Okay, so when the letter, when the letter conforms with this letter here, then it will continue. When it does with the n, it continues. So I don't need to explain this conditional statement because we know how to use it. Okay, so the important part I want to touch on is the dot lower. So when the user type in a capital Y instead of small letter y, we should get the same output. So let's say we have capital Y here. When you say okay, so it's continued even though there is a small letter here, so it has been converted to a lowercase and it's been marked with this to continue the code. We can also try that with the quit, which is a small letter n, but I will use a capital N here. So capital N, capital N here. Okay, so we are getting a quit here, and when the user types in a wrong value, you just print wrong input. Okay, so simple. We can just apply it using the conditional statement. Okay, so moving on, we will look at the upper method. So the upper method is the vice versa of the lower method. So instead of converting it to a lower case, it converts it to an uppercase. So like this. So we use it to convert it to an uppercase. So like upper, upper, okay, like this. And we'll change this to an uppercase like this. So like this, okay, and you convert this to Y, capital N. Okay, so when the user types in a small letter n, it just converts it to an uppercase letter, or when the user types in an uppercase letter, it just leave it like that. So let's run this code. So I will type in a small letter n, so we should get a quit here. So okay, so we are getting a quit here. We can also try a small letter y. Okay, so small letter y, so we are getting continue here. We can just type in big letter, so capital Y, like this. So it's the same thing. So you don't know what the user will type, so we just use the dot upper in case of any wrong let's say case, so to convert those cases. So it's so simple. So you can just use the lower and upper to convert those upper and lower strings. Okay, so simple. So now we move on to the strip method. Okay, so the strip method is just used for like stripping. So we just removing something. So it removes white spaces. So let's say something like sentence, sentence is equal to, then you say white spaces, then I will say myself, is Faisal, my name is Faisal, my name is Faisal. Okay, So like this. So we have a space here, but we want to remove it using the strip method. So just do print then sentence dot strip like this. So simple. Then it will remove those spaces there. So we don't see any space here. Let's remove the strip and see what we would have gotten if the strip was not there. Okay, so you can see there is a space here. So when you use the strip, it strips the white spaces from there, so it will remove it from there. So dot strip, so you get something like this. Okay, okay, so it has removed those white spaces from there. Okay, so there are many functions for strips. You can learn about strips online, yeah, or from the Python documentation. So simple. Okay, so we move on to the replace method. Okay, so the replace method is as the name implies, used to replace something. So in replacing, we just do as we did in the strip, we just do dot replace. Then the first, it accept two parameters. The first one is the old and the say and the new, like this. Okay, so the old means we are checking inside the sentence, and the old is what you want to replace and the new is what you want to replace with. So let's say we have Faisal here and we want to replace it with Isaka. So let's say something like Faisal is a string, so Faisal, and you want to replace it with another name like Isaka, like this. So Isaka like this. Okay, so we are replacing Faisal in this string with this name Isaka. Okay, so let's run this code. Okay, so when you run this code, you should get my name is Isaka instead of my name is Faisal. So it has replaced the Faisal in the sentence here to Isaka in that sentence. Okay, so the first one is what you want to replace, and the second one is what you want to replace with. Okay, so simple. So the replace method is used to replace let's say a string or anything inside the sentence or inside the string to another something, maybe what you want. Okay, so simple. So next we'll look at the split method. So the split method is just to split something, to separate something. So let's say we have something, let's say we have the spaces here and we want to split these words using those spaces there. So like those spaces here, we want to split them using those spaces here. Okay, we just use the split method. So dot split, then we say okay, so what do you want to split with? So we want to split with the spaces here. So the space is also a string, so we just do then spaces. So simple. So this is the space here and you want to separate it with this space, just do run this code. Okay, so it has been separated. So the words inside this sentence has been separated by just using this the what do you call it, the spaces here. So you know we have something like my name is Faisal, so like it has been separated. Okay, so we can also put comma here like this. So comma, let's say comma, let's say another comma here, and we want to replace it we want to let's say split it using the comma. So we just do, you put the comma here because it's in a string, then you run this code. Okay, so you can see it has been splitted successfully. So here we can also, let's say, have space here, and let's say I have another space here. Okay, sorry, then you want to split this sentence, but so this will be another like let's say the left hand side and this will be the right hand side. So you are splitting these two according to this comma instead of the space, sorry, instead of the space. So just run this code, so it will ignore the space here. So you can see there is a space here, because there is a comma here, it is splitting by this comma. So this comma, so it's splitting by this comma. So we have my name is, so my name is here, and the Pfizer is also on this side. Okay, so we can split it if, like, even with let's say you have a Gmail account, so like this Faisal, sorry, Faisal say 6 at gmail.com, and you want to split it to like the domain name and the, so this is the domain name. Okay, oh sorry, this is the username. Okay, and this is the domain name. So to split it, you know, you need to use the at sign to split it. So you can just do, you put the at sign here, so at sign here, so it should be splitted. Okay, so you can see we have the Faisal say, which is the username at the left hand side, and the gmail.com, which is the which is the domain name at the right hand side. So it has been splitted. So what you want to split, then you put like what you want to split with, then you put it inside this parenthesis. So you can split by this the dot operator. So you can just do the dot here, and it will be splitted. So the com will be on the right hand side. So you can see the com is on the right hand side, then the Faisal say at Gmail is also on the left hand side. So simple. So we have looked at how to apply the split method in practically. Okay, so moving on, we will look at the join method. So this will be our last method in built-in strings. Okay, so the join method, so now we know how to split. So let's say we want to join instead of splitting, we just use a join method. Okay, so the join method is used in a different way here. We just okay, so it is used by just by, so instead of the way we use the built-in method like the sentence dot, then the method will come. This is different. So what you want to join with, so let's say we want to join, let's say we have separated it. So let's say we want to, let's say separate is equal to sentence dot, let's say split, and we say okay, and we say at here. So we have separated it using the at sign. So let's print it, let's print the separate out, sorry, separate. Okay, so let's run this code. So you can see it has been separated, it has been split. So let's say we want to bring those splitted words together using a comma. So we just use the join. So we do print, then what you want to join with, so then you put the comma inside this quote, then you do dot, then you put join. Okay, then you put the variable name inside, so separate, sorry, separate. Okay, so simple. So what you want to join with is the comma. So the comma is a string, and the comma dot, then the join here, the join method, and the separate variable. So let's run this code. Remember the separate is this one, so we are joining it with a comma. Okay, so you can see we have a comma here. So if I say comma gmail.com, we can change this to at to match that of the sentence. So it will be as a Gmail account. So if I say at gmail.com, so it has joined using the at sign. We can also use the dot again. So like if I say dot gmail.com, so you can see here, so dot, so you can achieve this using the join method. So now we know how to use the join method to join two, let's say, separate strings together. So this the last method in string. So we have been looking at the built-in methods in string, where we looked at the string method. We went on to look at the lower method, the upper method, the strip method, which I said used to strip white spaces, the replace method used to replace strings in the main string, used to replace any string in the main string. Then we went on to the split, where we said it's separate two string according to what you pass it. So let's say you pass it with a dot, then it will separate it with that dot. Then we looked at the join method used to join two strings together. Okay, so this all the important methods in string you have to know. So this is the important ones. You can find more on the Python documentation like website. Okay, so that's that for the built-in strings method. So moving on, we will look at the built-in list method. So the built-in methods for the list data type. So we have done that for the int data type, and today we learn the string data type. Moving on, we will look at the list data type. So the built-in method for the list data type. Okay, so thank you all for watching. I hope you do a nice project, and you can just send it to me in the comment section to for me to review it, or you can just do it on your own. Okay, so thank you for watching. So see you in the next video.